Hey, it's Michael Smerconish. Welcome back to the program. What year was this? Do you remember, David?
70. You know what? I know.
Like 79-ish?
I think it was 78.
78, 79?
I think it was right after my bar mitzvah. That's all I can sort of place it in. That's the context.
Hey, did you play it?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Did you light a candle during this?
Exactly. Maybe a few.
Oh, man. I'll tell you this, something got lit while this was playing.
Yeah.
It may not have been a candle at David Wild's bar mitzvah. So that was the deal. You could, leave my music to me, but you can have the name to the band and go out. And now if you fast forward to the current time, Supertramp is touring under what they're billing the 70-10 tour, a reflection of the 40 years of Supertramp. But what they're doing is violating the agreement, and they're doing all the Roger Hodgson songs.
Yeah, I think basically what happened is Rick backslid a little gradually, and I think at one point another member might have left because they felt it was wrong that they were doing a couple Roger songs. But now he's gone out with this reunion tour, with this greatest hits tour covering the whole career, and they basically are doing all the big Roger hits and not including Roger. I think at one point Rick and Roger tried to put something together, but I don't think it was exactly feeling that fair, and it didn't happen. And so he just took Roger's songs, and it's interesting. There was an interview just the other day that I saw with Rick where they asked him about violating this agreement, and he didn't really deny it. I think he just said that was a long time ago, and I guess it wasn't on paper, so they're just doing it. And I just actually thought I should speak up because
yes. Well, yeah. I like clarity in the marketplace, and what you're saying is that there's a tour underway, Supertramp 70-10, and if you go, you're going to be hearing Rick Davies, and Rick Davies is a vocalist himself, and Rick Davies is a songwriter, as you put it, a Lennon-McCartney kind of a thing. But you're not getting Roger Hodgson. They are going to do some of Roger's Supertramp songs, but it's not going to be the voice like we'll remember in this. I mean, to me, that's Supertramp.
Absolutely.
So, is Roger touring?
Roger is touring. He's actually, in Europe today. He's playing, and he actually just, I guess, is announcing some American dates coming up, which I know that I want to see, and I assume you want to see.
Oh, yeah.
You can go to his www.rogerhodgson.com. I think they'll have all the dates coming up and all the information. I got to tell you, I just was watching this solo DVD, and I had never met or talked to Roger. I haven't met him in person. I talked to him the other day for the first time, but his voice is still stunning, and it still has that what I call that Supertramp, what will always be the Supertramp sound.
David, I love that you took an interest in this, pursued it, chatted with him to find out. Because otherwise, and you tell a good story in your piece about the Drifters and seeing them, and figuring, hey, wait a minute, this is really not the Drifters. They may be singing up on the roof, but this is not the Drifters. Right. I don't know what the answer is about this. At a certain point, the bands should no longer be able to do this. I've had a beef with Leonard Skinner. I loved One More from the Road and that whole era. A huge Ronnie Van Zant fan, but I've never felt comfortable with Skinner living on and on and on.
Well, that's what, that was sort of I called the piece Less Super, More Tramp, because I was trying to get at that idea that a band should not just be a brand. A band means more to us. Like, I can tell how much it means to you. It comes through loud and clear. People should respect the fact that people have a right to know what they're buying.
I am so appreciative of you being on the program, and shall post as my must-read of the day what you recently published so that people can learn more about this. And I will keep an eye out for Roger Hodgson. My choice will be to go see Roger, and if people want to go see Rick Davies and Supertramp, that's fine, as long as we all know what we're getting.
And I will put you in touch with Roger so you can get this from the man himself. Yeah,
I would love to do that. This has been fun, just sort of reliving. Hey, what's your favorite Supertramp album?
You know what, I have to say, I know Crime of the Century is the artistic one. Because it reminds me of, I think, making out with girls for the first time. I'll have to say Breakfast in America.
Well, I certainly respect that. That's
an important thing.
That is the good answer.
I think my wife just heard that, so I got to better go.
Hey, David, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Isn't that fun?
That was great.
TC, you know any Supertramp?
You know what's funny is I would have said no.
Until you heard this.
I know all of these.
I know I'm singing along over here. I never know who sings what. I don't know if that's...
By the way,
it's ridiculous, I know. But
you were right. Breakfast in America, 1979.
79.
So good.
You are very good with dates like that.
Well, you know why? I can pin it to, and I saw
Making out with girls for the first time.
Yeah,
that was
part
so
of that.
Good. That was so good.
I saw them do it at the Earl's Court in London, and then I saw them do it in Philadelphia at the Spectrum. And I can remember they had for Breakfast in America, I can remember they had a big beach umbrella that was set up.
Oh, yeah?
On stage.
Oh, I can't imagine that place in 1979, all the stuff going on there.
It was... You know, like when I said to David Wild, there was more being lit than your bar mitzvah candles. He seems like a good guy.
He's a great guy.
He's a very serious guy, by the way.
I am very...
Yeah.
Every time, I am a huge fan of Rolling Stone, and every article he writes in there, I am fixated with because I think he's fabulous.
Should we take some calls on Supertramp?
Would love to. I didn't know that there was 2 singers and that 2 people were like...
Oh, yeah.
So, like, Goodbye Stranger, Bloody Well Right, that's not... What's his name?
You're either getting Rick Davies or you're getting Roger Hodgson. I'm telling you, it's a... he said Lennon McCartney. I would say it's a Roger Waters, David Gilmour kind of a thing.
Lennon McCartney's a little strong. I mean, that's like the greatest...
Call me.
Ever.
877-434-1776.